Welcome back to Slack Signal X. So let me start this one by saying that as much as I may have an opinion, because it's almost impossible not to in today's political climate, this is 100% a bipartisan problem. Just because you recognize the issue across the aisle doesn't mean you aren't affected. You see, there's a sickness in the American bloodstream, a fever dream where the ghosts of Madison Avenue and Pentagon bureaucrats have forged a new kind of patriotism. One that doesn't ask you to fight for freedom or defend democracy, but to open your wallet, shut your mouth, and buy. The Founding Fathers once spoke of liberty, of resisting tyranny, of the right to say go to hell to a corrupt government. But those ideas have been repackaged, shrink-wrapped, and sold for $29.99 as an exclusive limited edition Made in America hoodie. Somewhere along the line, we replaced civic duty with shopping sprees. And the worst part? The people waving the biggest flags, screaming about freedom, are the ones being conned the hardest. Welcome to the great American hustle. So buckle up, because we're going straight into the belly of the beast, into the neon-drenched hellscape where capitalism hijacked patriotism and weaponized it against the very people who claim to be fighting for America. But before we do this, please, like, subscribe, and don't be a poser. Act 1. The business of blind patriotism. Look around. American patriotism has been franchised. It has a logo, a brand strategy, and a customer base. If you listen to the shrieking heads on cable news, you'd think patriotism is under attack, that vague, shadowy globalists are coming to rip up Old Glory from your hands and replace it with a UN flag. But that's just the sales pitch. The real game is much simpler. They've turned love of a country into a product, and every sucker with a credit card is their target demographic. Want to show you love America? Buy the hat, buy the flag, buy the tactical sunglasses that scream, "I'm too weak to enlist, but I'll pretend I did." Every Super Bowl ad, every airport gift shop, every gas station on a rural highway is a shrine to this new religion. It doesn't matter what's happening in the country, if the economy's tanking, if the government's robbing you blind, if billionaires are eating the last scraps of the middle class, that's all irrelevant. The important thing is that you're a loyal customer. And the best part? The biggest fish in this pond, the ones who yell the loudest about how much they love America, are the ones getting fleeced the hardest, and they don't even realize it. Act 2. The MAGA Grift Machine. MAGA. The greatest traveling snake oil show of the 21st century. You have to admire the sheer audacity of it. They turned a political movement into a full-blown merch empire. Every rally is a flea market. Every candidate is a brand ambassador. And every supporter is a walking billboard. Look at these people. They show up to political events dressed like NASCAR drivers, covered in logos, all wearing the same hat. Literally the same damn hat. A hat that, by the way, probably isn't even made in America. But that's the beauty of the scam. The people screaming about China, about foreign influence, about America first, they're buying mass-produced garbage made by the very corporations they claim to hate. They're proudly drinking the same corporate sludge, wearing the same foreign-made crap, paying into the same machine that they think they're fighting. The Trump era didn't just radicalize conservatives. It turned them into perfect consumers. No critical thinking, no questioning, just raw, cult-like brand loyalty. And that's why it works. Because once you've convinced someone that consuming is the same thing as believing, you've got them for life. Act 3. The manufactured outrage economy. Of course, no good con runs on patriotism alone. You need something stronger. You need anger and fear. So the machine cranks out fresh outrage every day. 1 minute it's Bud Light. Some marketing intern in a windowless office in Manhattan does something mildly progressive, and suddenly a bunch of middle-aged men are shooting beer cans in their backyard like it's the Second Civil War. The next minute it's Target. They move a pride display 6 feet to the left, and suddenly a convoy of self-proclaimed freedom fighters is storming the aisles like they're retaking Fallujah. And the end result? A few tweets, a few viral videos, and then a brand new product line. Now instead of Bud Light, you drink some third-rate knockoff beer with an eagle on the can. Instead of shopping at Target, you buy from some grifter's online store that makes up that same Chinese crap and marks it up by 300%. It's the same corporations, the same supply chains, the same game. The only difference is the marketing strategy. And the people falling for it, they think they're fighting back. 4. The Great American Distraction. Here's the real punchline. While all this is happening, while people are burning their own possessions in protest, while they're waging culture wars in the checkout aisle, Wall Street is having a feast. The billionaires, the hedge funds, the real puppet masters of this whole circus, they don't care who wins. They don't care which side you're on, because no matter what, you're spending, you're buying, and you're distracted. And while you're busy fighting a war over beer and t-shirts, they're making sure you never notice that your wages haven't gone up in 40 years, that your healthcare is a joke, and that your children's future was sold off before they were even born. That's the real game. 5. The way out. So what do? Stop buying the act. Stop mistaking marketing for meaning, because real patriotism, the kind that built this country, it wasn't about slogans. It wasn't about hats or shirts or bumper stickers. It was about asking questions. It was about knowing when you're being conned and calling it out. The minute you start seeing through the grift, the whole game falls apart. And maybe, just maybe, that's why both sides are so desperate to keep selling it to you. Thanks again. This has been Slack Signal X.